Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for supports if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye.
Making off the cash with them Litecoins. Had to jump in Coinbase. Gotta get them Litecoins. Let there be light.
All right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. It's a new day, new video. Litecoin. We're looking at my Litecoin 2024 top price. All right, so let's get into it. It's January 20th right now as I'm doing the video. So so we can always check back and see what happened with Litecoin. It was a disappointment or it wasn't. Last year was a disappointing year for Litecoin. I mean, down 16%. It barely went over $100. It was awful, right? So it was just a year to forget. It was just blah. It almost reminded me of what Ethereum went through for almost 2.5 years, or at least 2 years. Ethereum sat there between 80 to $100 and couldn't move, right? And they wanted to force people out of it. And so Litecoin looks like it's doing the same thing between $60 and $100. It has a bigger frame than Ethereum does. It's price frame or price range is what we call it. But because Ethereum mostly stayed around that $80 to $100 area, Litecoin's been $60 to $100 area. But we got to also remember that Ethereum still has their founders. Their founders are still there. Litecoin's Charlie Lee founder left in 2017, 2018, whatever it was, right? So, whatever he left, right? So he left. So, he's still around, but he's not, doing the day-to-day activities on Litecoin. So that is the big deal, right? One team has Vitalik, Buterin, and the guys are still there, right? And they still had to wait 2 years before they took off into the thousands. So Litecoin doesn't have its CEO there anymore. Did run the day-to-day operations. Litecoin chain just runs on its own now, right? So through the Lightning Network and everything else, right? So it lost a little bit of its lackluster because of that, right? Because it doesn't have a leader. It doesn't need a leader, but because Bitcoin Satoshi Kazama. I'm not Satoshi Kazama, but what's his name? Nakamoto, whatever his name is. He's not. We don't know. Nobody knows who he is, or it's a group of people, or whatever the case may be. So Bitcoin doesn't need anything. So Litecoin is copying the same way. Charlie Lee felt the same way that we don't need to target one person. But also Charlie knew that he would probably be targeted by the SEC and others in the future, just because they are more they're more Ethereum people, right? So he could have been a target. So he got out of there. When he got rich and got out of there, he made his billions and got out of there, right? He also left Coinbase because he probably thought that was going to have some regulation issues as well. And all that stuff came true. He left Coinbase. He left Litecoin before the SEC got their dirty hands on this crypto on this community. So good for him. Right. All right. So Litecoin is sitting here. Let's check out the year chart on Litecoin. 16% to the downside, and you can see the all chart is here, and you can see $400 there on Litecoin. That was awesome. Coinbase had it at $400. They had a little premium on it. Okay, almost $400 there. Three. Most people had a 350. Anywhere between $300 to $400 range at the peak there on that bull run of 2027. Here we hit 350, I believe, on Coinbase in 2017. And this is the year I called the buy signal on Coinbase at 8 dollars. I think it was 8, 9, $10, somewhere in there, $8 to $7. It's around there. So somewhere around here is where I called it. It was definitely under $10. It was like $7, $8 because Charlie Lee had made a statement, and I came out with a breaking news video, and I said I agree with Charlie Lee. For a buy signal coming in, Coinbase is going to be adding Litecoin. Charlie Lee is working there. It all makes sense. Litecoin $8 buy call here for Litecoin. Let's go, and the rest was history, right? And then Cliff High comes out and says, by in this winter, in the winter times, Litecoin's gonna hit over $100, and it did. So people were waiting on that, and it did. It went up to 350. So that was a great year, right? That was a great year for legendary call. That my legendary call on XRP with Mike at 0.009, and then on my Litecoin call at $8. I mean, both of those together is that's a legend right there. That's a legendary. Those are two legendary calls that happened on this in one year, right? And the year before, I called Ethereum at $5, and I called Bitcoin at $500 the year before. So you know what I mean. So it was just and that was 2020. That was 2016, right? So these were 2017 calls. I mean, it was epic, epic moments, epic time. And then here was the Solana. Here was the Solana call. I didn't call Litecoin here. I actually did call Litecoin here. Actually, on Patreon, we did call Litecoin here on Patreon at $40. So we did call Litecoin again at $40 on Patreon for those that remember. Um, and we did have a nice run up. So okay, so here we are again with Litecoin. It's way undervalued, but that's because they have deemed it the silver of cryptocurrencies, right? So silver's not performing well. So that means Litecoin isn't doing anything as well. So when silver finally breaks out and breaks over $30 and heads towards 50, 100, and 200, 300, 400, $500 silver prices, right? Silver Eagles are now $500 an ounce, right? Silver gold bars and everything, $500 an ounce. That's gonna be an awful world to live in, but that is coming. So you can't suppress something forever. Everything has its time, and the reason why you can't suppress things forever because the people who are suppressing get old and they die, and then the people that take over. All it takes is one of them to say this is not right, and then that it's over. The game's over. You need everybody to be colluding together. This is why governments fail. This is why scams don't work for a lifetime because one person, comes in there and says this is not right, and then it's over. Right? You have to have everybody has to be on the same page. Okay. So there's a bunch of people that are suppressing silver, and these people are old now, and so they're going to be retiring here. And the next generation that's going to be suppressing silver, all it's going to take is one person to say, "I don't want silver suppressed anymore. This is not right," and it's over. The game's over, right? So, and then you'll see silver get unleashed, and everybody's gonna go, "What the freak just happened? What's going on? What's going on?" And they're not gonna know that it's an inside job, right? Right? And somebody's setting silver free, and that means Litecoin will be set free as well. And matter of fact, and we've been saying, and we've been talking about it for years now, that the Vietnamese dong is also linked to silver and Litecoin. I don't know, it's linked to silver, but Litecoin's linked to silver. So Vietnamese dong linked to silver, and Litecoin is linked to silver. So that's why we have those three linked together. And we expect big things from Litecoin. Litecoin's been resting for a long time. Almost remind me of Theta, where it's just resting and resting and resting forever, and at some point it's just going to go into the thousands, right? So could it be this year? What is my call for Litecoin? I guess we'll see what I say here in a second. All right. Today it's down 1%. It's at 70. It's coming out of that 60 range there. And last 7 days is down 1%. So it's not doing that bad. I mean, it's just blah. It's just in 74 million in circulation, 84 million it will ever be Litecoin. So that's really good, right? It's under 100 million in total supply. That's max supply is under 100 million, 84 million. That's really bullish, right? So then if the Litecoin community says, we're gonna start buying back and burning Litecoin, well then Litecoin is gonna really send off, right? Any community that has a small supply right now, or even a big supply, that comes out and the leaders say we're gonna all start buying back the tokens and burning it, it's going to skyrocket. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Crickets from the Theta community, crickets from the all the other communities out there, right? Any community that comes out and makes it known publicly that they're going to start buying back their tokens and burning it, setting it to a burn wallet, it's going to skyrocket. And yet every community's quiet. It just tells you everything you need to know. Like, do people really want to be wealthy, or people just here to waste our time? I think we have a lot of energy draining people in this in cryptocurrencies. They just here to waste people's time, and we're not trying to waste our time here. We're trying to actually become wealthy and do things and help our family members and friends. Have you seen the world? Like, come on, people, stop wasting people's time. Either you want to be wealthy, you don't, right? So once again, any community that is well known, you gotta be well known. You can't be a community that's just brand new and nobody knows you. Any community that's well known, that has like, 5, 10, 15, 30,000 holders or more, and everybody and people actually know who you are. If the leader of that community comes out and says, the my community is going to start, we all have agreed to start buying back the tokens and burning it during this time period of the next 30 days or next 60 days program, next 90-day program of buyback and burns, it's going to pump, man. Right? And so it is what it is. Litecoin community can do the same thing, right? Next, do a 90-day buyback and burn, right? You got a small supply, this thing would take off, man. You might be able to get Litecoin up to $300-400. But anyways, let's talk about the price on Litecoin. That's what we're here. My top price for Litecoin in 2024 is $1,000. Yep, 1,000. I think Litecoin breaks out this year finally because of silver. It might be next year, but because it could literally be next year. But I'm gonna just say that this year. And of course, if it doesn't hit this year, then I know it's next year, right? It's either gonna be this year or next year for Litecoin breakout to $1,000 plus. So, but I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna put the ceiling at 1,000. I know it can go a lot higher than that, and it will go a lot higher than that at some point. But right now, I'm gonna have say Litecoin 2024 $1,000. If Litecoin can get to $1,000 in 2024, then that means it can get to, I don't know, three to 5,000 in 2025, right? So, or 10,000 maybe in 2025 climax. That's possible. If silver goes up to $500, Litecoin is going to absolutely explode, right? You're going to see Litecoin at $20,000 if silver's at $500, right? So yeah, we're waiting on silver's explosion. They're suppressing the crap out of it still, but at some point here, very soon, either this year, next year, or 2026, one of these 3 years, silver is going to be removed from suppression. We're getting closer and closer and closer to that, and then once it does, it's going to be devastating for many people, but for those who hold silver, it's going to be very, very enjoyable. But you have to see the devastation as well. But it'll be a good time for you as you go in and exchange. Okay. So that's why I see Litecoin going at $1,000 in top price in 2024 for Litecoin. At some point, it's going to break out of this 2 year, almost 3 year slump that is in here. Just 3 year accumulation Ethereum did. Ethereum did 2 years, I think two and a half. Litecoin's on. Let's see how long Litecoin's been consolidating since this top here. This top was May 2021. Wow, it's almost 3 years since this top. So yeah, we've been consolidating for 3 years to the down. We've been a downward trend for almost 3 years. May will be 3 years. Wow, that's almost just like data. So there you go. So I think once this ends, we're gonna explode and we're gonna go into the thousands. So I got $1,000 for Litecoin in 2024. What do you guys think? What do you guys have? Hit the like button, share the video, get the Litecoin community out there. If the Litecoin community does this one thing, if the Litecoin community comes out, the leaders of the Litecoin community, the dev teams or whatever, and say, we're gonna put up a vote on the Litecoin Twitter and say, do you want us to start? Do you want to buy? Do you want a 90-day buyback and burn program? Right. And I don't care if it's $100 a day. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, if the Litecoin dev team start buying back Litecoin and burning it for the next 90 days, if the community vote that way, it's gonna take off. I mean, it's just point blank and simple, right? You're gonna get a nice big push on Litecoin here. All right, so that's what's going on. That's something any community can do. I mean, the Shiba Inu community can do the same thing on their SHIB token Twitter and say, "Do you guys want us to do a 90-day buyback and burn every day for the next 90-day program?" But people are gonna say, "Why would you do that when you can just upgrade to the auto 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 what do you call it, the auto burn system, and then start burning the $900,000 that's in the Shibarium burn wallet, right?" But the Sheena community can do it. The Luna Classic community can do it and say, "Hey guys, let's all decide to take some money out and burn Lunk for the next 90 days, or let's burn USTC for repeg in the next 90 days. Everybody take out some money, every day or every week and burn, right?" Okay, so anyways, that's it. Peace out. God bless. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Litecoin to $1,000 in 2024. Is that even possible? It doesn't seem like it right now, but all it takes is one big breakout. If silver breaks out at 30, if silver can finally break 30 this year and head towards $50, then like your Litecoin is going to break out as well and take off. And of course, it's for some reason it's all connected with the Vietnamese dong and that communism over there. So Vietnam might be holding a bunch of silver that we don't even know about. And once they start detaching themselves from communism, you're going to see the Vietnamese dong also start to rise in value as well. Okay, peace out. God bless. See you guys in the next video. Bye.
Making up the cash with them Litecoins. Had to jump in Coinbase. Gotta get them Litecoins. Let there be light.